Hello, thank you for being here. So in the last video I got a comment and somebody said that the Richard Bach, the author, once said, argue for your limitations and sure enough they will be yours. So true. Another thing people were talking about was that in your 20s and your 30s, it feels like anything is possible. And then when you hit your 40s and 50s, 60s, it just feels nothing magical and special really happens, nothing out of the blue. But I don't believe that. I think it is possible. I think we just need to get our bodies and minds into the right space, and it can be as vibrant as when we were 20s and 30s. Anyway, it got me thinking that about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, I had a problem. And I woke up with a knot in my stomach. It was so big that I couldn't get over it. And I went to bed with this knot in my stomach. I couldn't get over it. It was so physical and big. And also because I know and believe that the feelings we have, that we attract more of that very thing. So for me, it was obviously I need to get out of this fast. And in my head, I had this line, I love my life. Over and over again, I repeated it. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Over and over. I didn't say it out loud because I have neighbors. I live in London. No. And also mentally, I was raising my arms and saying this at the same time to make it extra potent. But I did this for 10 minutes every day, at least once a day. In the beginning, it felt so fake because I could say the words, but the knots were there. But little by little, it loosened, and within a couple of weeks, yes, I kept at it, it sort of started to slightly soften this knot. And eventually it more or less went, and I could feel I really, really loved my life. I had a good life, absolutely. But there was this problem that overtook my whole situation. That helped enormously. And to this day, 10 years plus later, as soon as I go out of the house, automatically, like Pavlov's dog, I say to myself, I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Over and over. It has helped and it stayed with me. It sounds so silly and small, but it really helped. Now, the knot went. But then I knew I had to do something for this very specific problem, which was a earthy problem, you could say. But there wasn't a lot I could possibly do about it. But I knew I had to shift my mind or put the energy right. So I came across tapping on YouTube. And I started to do that because I thought there was something in it. So the tapping, or EFTs, really helped me shift focus a bit. So for this problem I had, it was a specific problem. I started to tap to find a solution of this problem. And within 2 months, 3 months, there was a solution that came in. So I do really believe in tapping, and I believe it so much that I wanted to do a practitioner course. I didn't in the end, but I think it's really helpful. It's basically you use pressure points and you say certain things to yourself over and over. So I started with following on YouTube, and then I knew all the movements. So I recorded it as a voice file on my phone, and when I was walking, I would do either actually physically do the movement, because they are so small that nobody can really see what you're doing, or I did them mentally in my head. And I think it's really great, actually. And I'm going to link one of the YouTube channels I followed down below so you can have a look if you want to. And it's basically to release stress about the situation. So you start with, breathing, and then think about the problem you have and feel how much stress is this problem putting onto you. And then you follow these little movements, and it just takes a minute or two, and you just follow and you feel so much better. It is quite extraordinary. I mean, I'm sure different practitioners do different things, but you start with tapping like so. Even though I have this problem, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I have this problem, I choose to love and accept myself. And you say that a couple of times, and then you go to the next movement and you talk about the problem you have and you see a solution. So I'm going to show you a little bit actually.
I choose to feel more confident. I choose to feel more confident. So I'm choosing to clear self-doubt. All these doubts about my abilities, all these doubts that I have what it takes.
Yeah, so I'm certainly no therapist or practitioner. I'm just somebody who found this on YouTube and I thought it was helpful for me, so maybe it could be helpful for you as well. We've had a really hot summer this year in London, and last night it was 34 degrees in my bedroom. So yeah, I'm still so hot. So it's Friday and I'm going to show you now a smoothie that I do over and over again. It's the ultimate smoothie. It's so good for you. I posted it loads of times, but it's worth posting again because it's so good and healthy. And today, you know, sometimes when it's really hot, you don't want to cook, but also you don't want to eat necessarily. And this smoothie is the best ever.
This is all you need for my green Spa Smoothie. Even my 17-year-old said it's actually really good considering there's no fruit in it, which frankly is the highest of praise. Into your blender add ice cubes, half an avocado, a chunk of cucumber, a handful of fresh mint, a handful of fresh parsley, a handful of green leaves, whatever you have, 1 celery stick, the juice of half a lemon, a dash of vanilla extract, and coconut water to blend. Yes, you have seen it here before, but it's just that good. Cold, green, clean, perfect for hot days when food feels like just too much.
So it's Friday morning, and that means, of course, Portobello Vintage Market. And I'm going to go and have a quick little look before it's getting too hot. Another scorching Friday, so the bloomers are out again. Trainers today because I'm going to walk a lot. Well-spinner for Adidas. This top from Horror Vacui is perfect for warm weather. It's light and floaty and still structured. Star diamonds from Mappin and Webb and Chloe shades. And the scent still under wraps, but made for a day like this. Soft, radiant, and a little bit untouchable like Venus herself. So first stop is Layla's bakery for the best croissants in town. It's always full here, normally a long queue. And then a stone's throw away, one of my favorite vintage spots, Found and Vision. Down to Portobello Vintage Market, but it was way too hot to browse. But my favorite, Rebecca Sweeting, was there. This is her website. You can see why she is the best. So to cool down, I headed to Hagen for an iced Americano and watched London pass by, never a dull moment, like the gentleman here in full vintage. So this is my little outro that I'm recording before I'm going out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and come back for another one. And yeah, let me know what you want to see, if there is anything specific. Take care now. Have a lovely day. Toodly-doo.